The period of the Spanish Inquisition and the witch hunts is a dark time in European history, characterized by the systematic persecution of those considered heretics or practitioners of witchcraft. Here's a summary. The Inquisition was established by the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages as a tool to combat heresy and preserve religious orthodoxy. It emerged in the 12th century, but it was in the 15th century that its activities intensified, especially with the creation of the Spanish Inquisition in 1478 under the Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella. The witch hunts, on the other hand, primarily developed during the 16th and 17th centuries. Belief in witchcraft and magic was common in Europe at that time, with witches believed to make pacts with the devil and practice malign rituals. These beliefs combined with religious and social paranoia, leading to a mass hunt for people accused of witchcraft. Witch trials were notorious for their lack of justice and brutality. Accused individuals were subjected to torture to extract confessions, and confessions obtained under torture were then used as evidence against them. Punishments for those convicted of witchcraft included public torture, burning at the stake, and execution by other means such as hanging or beheading. The witch hunts reached their peak during the 17th century, especially in places like Germany and Scotland, where there were waves of trials and executions. However, by the end of the 17th century, the witch hunts began to gradually decline due to various factors, such as the Enlightenment, which promoted reason and science over superstition, and the diminishing influence of the Church in secular affairs. In summary, the period of the Inquisition and the witch hunts was a bleak time in European history, marked by religious intolerance, paranoia, and brutality towards those perceived as different or deviating from the norm established by the Church and society of the time. The Inquisition emerged in response to the perceived threat of heresy within the Catholic Church. Its aim was to investigate and suppress religious dissent, ensuring doctrinal purity and orthodoxy. The first inquisitorial activities began in the 12th century, but it was with the establishment of the Spanish Inquisition in 1478 that it solidified as an official institution. The Inquisition employed a series of methods to pursue heretics. These included the confiscation of property, torture to extract confessions, and the imposition of severe penalties such as lifelong imprisonment or death by burning at the stake. Accused individuals rarely had the right to a fair trial, and the presumption of innocence was not respected. Although the Inquisition primarily focused on religious heresy during the 16th and 17th centuries, there was a growing concern about witchcraft and magic. Witches were believed to be allies of the devil, using their powers to harm the community. This led to a mass hunt for alleged witches, especially in rural areas. Witch trials were infamous for their injustice and cruelty. Accusations could be based on gossip, rumors, or personal enmity. Accused individuals were subjected to extreme torture, such as the rack or burning at the stake, to coerce confessions. Confessions obtained under torture were considered valid and used as evidence against them. Although it is difficult to determine the exact number of victims of the Inquisition and witch hunts, it is estimated that hundreds of thousands of people were executed in Europe during this period. Victims included men, women, and even children, and came from a variety of social and economic backgrounds. By the end of the 17th century, the witch hunts began to decline due to several factors, including the growing influence of reason and science, skepticism towards confessions obtained under torture, and the diminishing power of the Church in secular affairs. Overall, the period of the Inquisition and witch hunts represents one of the darkest chapters in European history, characterized by religious intolerance, injustice, and cruelty towards those considered different or deviant from the established norm.